Hello, you are watching Shalom World News. I'm Rory McLennan coming to you from Glasgow, Scotland. Here are the latest headlines from around the world. In an emotional video message, the head of the Ukrainian Greek Catholic Church, Major Archbishop Sviatoslav Shevchuk, said on Tuesday that Russian troops are not sparing even churches or monuments in their incessant attacks on cities. The Major Archbishop could be seen explaining in tears the on-ground reality in Ukraine and how every day at least 2 churches are being destroyed and how priests are also being killed. He said, quote, "Brothers and sisters, you know that everything we can have again, such as homes and economic support, but the priests they have killed we will never have again." While speaking during an online forum hosted by the Pontifical Oriental Institute in Rome on March the 29th, the Major Archbishop apologised for the tears, saying that he felt a duty to be a preacher of hope. He also said it was a miracle that there is a power supply and internet access in Ukrainian cities in spite of the Russian attacks. The Ecumenical Patriarch of the Orthodox Church, Bartholomew I, met Ukrainian refugees at Warsaw's Cardinal Stefan Wyszyński University, along with Archbishop Stanisław Gądecki, President of the Polish Bishops' Conference. He praised the solidarity shown by Poland, terming it a heavenly gift, and implored heads of churches and religious communities to unitedly pray for an end to the war in Ukraine. The Patriarch also said Pope Francis is undertaking many spiritual initiatives for the cessation of hostilities. The Orthodox prelate and his entourage then took part in a joint prayer service along with Archbishop Gądecki. After reading a passage from the Gospel of St. John, they prayed for religious leaders, believers of other religions, and the rulers of Ukraine and Russia for the cessation of hostilities and for the spiritual and physical healing of wounds. After the recitation of the Lord's Prayer in English and in Ukrainian, the Patriarch and Archbishop Gądecki blessed the gathering. The Catholic Church in Ukraine is leaving no stone unturned in providing pastoral and humanitarian assistance to beleaguered believers, with its priests and nuns visiting bomb shelters and subways where people have taken refuge from the bombardments. Now, the priests of the Basilian congregation belonging to the Ukrainian Greek Catholic Church have gone one step further by celebrating the Divine Liturgy in subway stations in Kiev, where people have gathered. The liturgies are offered by Father Josephat Kowaliuk and Father Tom Kushka, with Basilian nuns singing hymns and chants. Believers from different denominations also join the liturgy and pray for peace. While one priest celebrates the liturgy, the other hears confessions. The priests also comfort people, offering them spiritual counselling. On Tuesday, Vatican Secretary of State Cardinal Pietro Parolin offered a special Holy Mass in the Basilica of St. Paul outside the walls to mark the 40th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic ties between the Holy See and the United Kingdom. Cardinal Vincent Nichols of Westminster and Cardinal Sean Brady, the former Archbishop of Armagh in Northern Ireland, and Cardinal James Michael Harvey, Archpriest of the Basilica, were the concelebrants of the Mass. Among the worshippers and guests was British envoy to the Vatican, Christopher Trott. Cardinal Parolin said in his homily that the historic event marked the point of arrival of a discreet and delicate work to re-establish a full exchange and fruitful collaboration between Britain and the Holy See while healing wounds of past centuries. He also thanked the Lord for the collaboration between the Holy See and the Vatican and prayed for the diplomats and all who helped foster ties between both nations for 4 decades. The Vatican's Congregation for Catholic Education has come out with a new instruction entitled The Identity of Catholic Schools for a Culture of Dialogue. It is aimed at emphasising the Catholic identity of church-run educational institutions and doing away with conflicts in the educational sector. It also explains the evangelization aspect of Catholic educational institutions and how they can be the face of an outgoing church. The document says that the church is both a mother and teacher, and educational action is not charity work. Instead, it is a fundamental element of its mission, in which evangelization and integral human development are intertwined. Speaking about the formation of teachers, the document says that they have to be witnesses of Jesus. It also says that Catholic schools should be communities permeated by the evangelical spirit of freedom and charity, where formation is fostered along with solidarity. The Senate of the US state of Kentucky has passed a bill banning abortion after 15 weeks of pregnancy. The legislation, which the state legislature passed on Tuesday, also includes many clauses that ban abortion or eliminate access to the practice within the state. The bill was previously passed by the House of Representatives. However, as the senators amended it on Tuesday to include a clause that bans termination of pregnancy after 15 weeks of gestation, it needs to be approved by the House before being sent to Governor Andy Beshear's desk for his approval. The legislation is likely to be enacted even if the governor vetoes it, as the supermajority of Republicans in the Senate can override the veto. The bill also requires the State Board of Pharmacy to certify providers who hand out abortion pills, and it also mandates that fetal remains should be cremated or buried. This can create unsustainable logistical and cost burdens on abortion facilities. The Catholic University of America named Peter Kilpatrick, the Provost of Illinois Institute of Technology, as the varsity's 16th president on Tuesday, March the 29th. His appointment will come into effect on July the 1st. Kilpatrick, a chemical engineer and Catholic convert, will succeed John Garvey, the university's president since 2011. In a statement issued on Tuesday, Kilpatrick said, quote, "Serving as president of the Catholic University of America is a dream job for me, bringing together faith and reason in service to the human person and human dignity." Kilpatrick was brought to the Catholic faith by his wife. During marriage preparation, he agreed to raise their children Catholic and was himself received into the church following the birth of their first child. Kilpatrick graduated from Occidental College in Los Angeles. From 2008 until 2018, Kilpatrick served as the Matthew H. McCloskey Dean of Engineering at the University of Notre Dame. The wave of attacks in Nigeria's Kaduna state shows no sign of abating, despite peace appeals by the Catholic bishops. At least 9 people were killed and several were abducted after armed militants attacked a passenger train on the Abuja-Kaduna route on the night of Monday, March the 28th. Nearly 1,000 passengers were on board the train when the unprecedented attack took place, raising security concerns in the troubled northern region of the West African nation. According to Feted Ohira, the chief executive of the state-owned Nigerian Railway Corporation, the attackers used explosives to blow up the track before starting a fire on the train near Abuja. The exact number of casualties and abducted passengers is yet to be revealed. Although no group has claimed responsibility for the attack, armed groups roaming the region are being suspected. Many kidnappings for ransom have occurred on the road connecting Abuja and Kaduna in recent years. As a result, people began transportation via train, considering it safer, which turned out to be a false assumption. A young Indonesian Catholic has been feted with a prestigious prize for his outstanding contributions in reaching out to poor Catholic communities. 31-year-old Albertus Gregory Tan of the Archdiocese of Jakarta has been bestowed with the Kick Andy Heroes Award for building more than 160 churches in different parts of the country. The founder of the Care for the Catholic Church organisation in 2011, which is now known as the Vinaya Day Foundation, Tan builds churches for poor faith communities using social media to raise funds in the Muslim-majority nation. He is one among the 7 recipients of the 2022 award that is given by the hugely popular Kick Andy TV show annually to inspirational people for their contribution to society. Tan is a member of Our Lady of the Assumption Cathedral Parish in the capital, Jakarta. Meanwhile, the Vinaya Day Foundation has broadened its orbit of assistance by providing scholarships to approximately 40 students from low-income households in recent years. And those are your latest headlines. Do join us again tomorrow. In the meantime, you can visit swnews.org for more updates. Shalom.